People always ask, "Where are you from?" This question frustrates me.
As a child of immigrants to the US, I was the only kid at my school who looked like me.
But I also remember feeling out of place in my parents' culture because I didn't speak or think in the same language as them.
I know I'm an American, but why don't I feel that I belong? Who was I really? Where was my true home?
I felt like I was one person with my American friends and then had to become someone else around my parents and their community. I always felt like a chameleon.
With my parents, there was a lot of pressure to succeed at school, at business, and at life. I was the hope for my family. I was the one who would make all the sacrifices of my parents and grandparents worthwhile.
Trying to blend in with my American community had its own pressures. And in all this tension between my two worlds, I still had the question of who I was. I felt lost, without hope, and without peace.
I came to a crisis point in my life.
Could I know who I really was? Was there any place where I truly belong, where I didn't have to perform to find acceptance?
One of the things growing up was the question of Jesus. Obviously, Christians follow him, but Muslims teach that he was a great prophet. Even Hindus and Buddhists hold Jesus in high regard. Who was he really?
I remember hearing about Jesus from a friend. I was surprised to hear about how his teachings really dealt with the needs of real people. He wasn't just saying vague spiritual stuff, but he was healing sick people and critiquing the religious teachers of his day for taking advantage of the poor and vulnerable.
The more I read the Bible, I began to experience God's love for me. In the Bible, Jesus says, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I'll give you rest."
And that changed everything. I knew that I mattered to God, that I no longer needed to perform to be accepted, even with God. I have real peace in my heart now because I know I belong to my Creator.
Today,
We invite you
To experience God's love and acceptance
For yourself.
discover
who you are and where you belong.
Click below to learn more.